Good morning and welcome to the 101. I'm Crisha House, and of course, today I have Michael Morris with me. I have
Always
a question.
good to be here. Sure.
Do you prefer Michael or Mike?
It actually doesn't matter.
Okay, I just wondered.
No, it just depends on who knows me because, they'll say Mike, Michael, or just say my last name.
Or other choice names that I won't say on air.
I'm not really listening that intently when someone brings it up. I just know they're talking in my direction, so then I just turn around and I'm like, yes.
Hey, you.
Yeah, hey, fella.
Hey, you is
fella
here.
Fella is actually good. I would take that.
Okay, let's go. What are we talking about today?
So today, you were gone on vacation.
Yes, I was.
And how was that vacation?
It was not long enough, and it was warm and sunny and beautiful.
And did
relaxing.
You take that whole time off, or did you badger about things that you wanted to do entrepreneurial-wise the entire time? Because I think you should talk about how you like to tell people as an entrepreneur you need to take care of yourself and you need to take time away and unplug, and yet you don't do that?
I do that. It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling, when your everyday stress is not there. I didn't have to cook. I didn't have to do laundry. I didn't have to run kids everywhere. I didn't have...
Which are more like chores or tasks that you have to do.
Right,
but as far as an entrepreneur,
daily.
Aren't you supposed to take some time to recharge as you always espouse to everyone else?
Everyone meaning you.
I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about you. I want people out there to know, as an entrepreneur, it is okay to take breaks. It is okay to rest. It is okay to take vacation or spend time with your family. But you will get sucked into this where you're like, oh, I got this idea.
It's needed. But, when you're relaxed, that's for me, because I would send you messages and you were like, you're on vacation.
All hours of the
Shut
day.
up. Don't message me. Go relax. But when I sit there and relax, then the ideas start coming. Like I see something, this would be great. I need to write this down. Or, oh, when I get back, I need to do this. I'm still relaxed. I'm just...
Well, good. That's all I wanted to say was I didn't want you to be hypocritical. And
When's your
people,
next vacation plans?
I think the last time I went on vacation was 2010, and I've got one scheduled for, let's say, 2025. It's
in my
pencil.
calendar.
It's not in pen.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to get to that. By that point, I'll be too old to do anything and just broken down.
Then you'll have no choice but to relax.
Well, sure.
Unless someone pushes you around in your wheelchair.
If I'm in a wheelchair like Professor X, somebody's still going to get me around. And I'm still going to do entrepreneurial things. But I wanted to talk about, since you were gone,
yes.
I wanted to I'm sure you saw it on Facebook Live and you listened to the show. We had Shane Wiseman on. And we took a different approach of somebody who's an artist, but also runs a business day to day, running jingles and copywriting. Mm-hmm. Part of what happened after that, what was unique was we always talk about people having a passion, an entrepreneurial spirit. That show kind of spawned us meeting a couple other people who had heard the show, or the most common thing is, I don't know what you're doing, but I'd like to talk to you. So we went and met with, I think there were 5 people in the room. Mm-hmm. They're a roofing company. And I mean, these guys are like total A personalities, always talking about like their meal prep and that they're working out constantly and they're on a roof constantly. I mean, these guys are real go-getters. A part of the passion, what we said on the show, I'd say 3 weeks ago, was your vision. They're running and chasing something that they have no idea what's on the other side. And it's not a negative. The negative would be if you don't find out what you're chasing, because again, if it's one person chasing a goal, you can make some mistakes along the way and then formulate that. If you have 5 people that are running towards something, you better know where you're going. And I think that was a perfect way for us to segue into what we're talking about today. Part of what we want to talk about is not just passion, vision, but delegation. Delegation and taking care of yourself at the same time. You like delegation. You seem to be big on that, except you won't delegate to. I wish you could see the big gaping mouth that just happened. But you like to talk about delegating. So what's your advice about delegation?
You live and you learn. Let's just put it that way. I'm not one to delegate. I'm not. I do. It's just always been me. When you see me business-wise. When I'm at home, I still do. I will cook dinner, I'll have it on the table, and then I turn around and I go, I'm doing something else. Crisha, sit down. Sit down and eat. Sit down and do this. I will. 1 second. One more thing. I've got to do this. It's hard for me to sit and delegate. But
It's a strong but. Okay.
I've learned in this process, I'm not perfect or even good at a lot of things.
You don't say. Go
Be
on.
nice to me.
I am. I just want to point out, I think this is important for people that are entrepreneurs. They have to understand, we all do this. Whatever your business is, you think you're the only person that can put out this fire and you've got a thimble to put it out. Right.
Right. And then, there are lots of things. When you're just starting out, new business, new entrepreneur, cash flow is always
King?
an issue.
Mr. Biz says cash flow is king.
Cash flow is king, but it is also, you have issues. So, I can't speak for everybody, but in my mind, it's, hey, what's the least expensive way for me to do this? To try to do it myself. But in the long run, it costs me a lot more because I spend more time that I could be spending on things that I am actually good at and, efficient at. And I can delegate the other responsibilities to someone else.
Okay, so here's something that we all hear this, that you're the entrepreneur, you're growing it, it's your passion. And then as it grows, and we've had this conversation, you have to bring on more people. Now, we hear that from our clients all the time, or people that we talk to or work with, that we've got to hire more people. And it always comes down to, yeah, but they can't do what I can. Right? This person can't do what I can. Where am I going to find another one of me?
You've never said that before.
I am fortunate. I have literally a clone of myself at about 5 foot tall.
You do. And she's wonderful. But it took you how long to let go?
Well, it took me 7 years to find her first.
Well, yeah.
And then I was like, I can't let her do any of these things. There's no way she'll understand it. Meanwhile, she's running circles around me and I'm like, can we get this done? And it's been done for 2 days.
Right.
But it took some letting go, and it took me trusting somebody else to understand my vision, because you think you can't grow something by bringing people on. Like you talked about, cash flow is king. You're welcome, Ken Wentworth of Wentworth Financial. Mr. Biz. Thank you. You talked about that being important, and it is, but at some point as you're growing, you have to delegate responsibilities. My goal is to be with my clients, whoever they might be, new, old, whatever it is. I want to be with them. I want to spend time with them. I can't do all the paperwork that's necessary if I'm constantly with someone, if I'm in their office, because that's where the best leads come from. That's where the best growth comes from. And they're going to tell you what they want. It's not one of those things where you're going in, if you're a salesperson or if you're trying to put something together for somebody, listen to them and then take it back and get your people that you're involved with and delegate. Yes. I was going to get to it. You didn't think I was going to say delegate, but yes.
I just had to beat you to it.
Right. But you've started businesses before and you know how this goes. And the breakdown in communication, when you delegate, I can't just hand something off, or you can't hand something off. And without some kind of instruction or being part of this process, you're not delegating to get rid of it off your plate. You're doing it so someone can help you get it further down the road.
Right. Right.
And that's, it's part of what we talk about all the time is I don't like to take my hands off of stuff. However, the person I'm telling that to also doesn't like to take their hands off of stuff either.
I'm sitting here quiet. And
right.
I'm not saying a word for a reason.
I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just looking in your general direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, we've talked about, is it okay? Let's see. We're going to take a break right now because we're going to get right into this. And I have a feeling you're going to go on a tangent. So we're going to take a break. You're listening to the 101 and we'll be right back.
As a mom, I'm always looking for quick and easy solutions to those everyday problems. Like how do I get my kids to stop fighting? The ever popular sound of I'm bored. And then there's keeping them occupied in the car.
Introducing the Bag O' Life, pre-made solutions for life's moments. There's the get-along bag, the boredom bag, the travel bag, and more. These bags bring everyone together and inspire fun. To learn more or to order, go to bagtheletterolife.com. A bag for life's moments. A memory maker.
Hi, this is Jeff with Myers Jewelers. If you're in the market for a Tacori engagement ring and or wedding band, let Myers Jewelers be your one-stop Tacori destination. Myers Jewelers has the largest selection of both Tacori engagement and wedding bands in Central Ohio. We also are the exclusive Tacori dealer for the exquisite Royalty Collection. We also have a multi-million-dollar selection of certified loose diamonds in every shape, size, and quality as well. Come visit the family on Stringtown Road in Grove City and experience Myers Jewelers.
This is Bill Gerhardt from Greenscapes Landscape Company. This year, Greenscapes is celebrating 41 years as Central Ohio's premier landscape company. Our phenomenal specialists with decades of diverse knowledge and creativity have been trained to suit any of your landscape needs. Since 1977, our passion, vision, and craftsmanship have created outdoor dreams that become a reality. Whether for your residential or commercial projects, we can do it all. And you can see for yourself at greenscapes.net or email us directly with your ideas. Let's make your outdoor dream a reality.
Every day, careless drivers drive away from car crashes they cause while you're left behind, injured, without a car, and unable to work. It gets worse. Careless Drivers Insurance Company may refuse to pay you. Your insurance company may refuse to help you. You'll have to do one thing. Get Scott Smith and get justice. We have the experience and the resources to get you the results you need and deserve. Call 888-311-LAWS. That's 888-311-LAWS, or visit us at sestriallaw.com. Get Scott Smith. Get justice.
All right. Thanks for listening. We are back with the 101.
Okay, now I want to cut you off on your whole intro back because people should know by now. And if they haven't been listening, they'll figure it out. So what I want to talk about is a conversation we had the other day when you came back from your Caribbean vacation.
Which was so nice.
Yeah, we covered that. We already covered that. Everybody else is jealous that while the weather here has been terrible and they have nasal allergies, you're on vacation. So thanks a lot for that. So what I want to talk about is when you came home to badger me and we were talking about the Bag of Life, which is your product, which we launched. Would you say we did a soft kind of launch in November, sold some in December, and then started our media campaign kind of in January?
February?
Either way,
Ish.
let's just say ish. Let's not say the month. So,
in the new year.
Yes, in 2017. So, we talked about the fact that now we have to worry about production because these bags, they're not just bags that are done by some fulfillment center and shipped. They're not an Amazon product. You have to go to thebagoflife.com, cheap plug right there. Or you can also listen to these past shows. But we talked about the fact that you have to fulfill all these. So if a school called and said, great, I love this, I want 300 of the boredom bag, you're going to have a stroke because you think you have to do it all. Right?
Right. You know me too well. Yes,
you can't see, but she's shaking her head.
I am shaking my head.
Okay. So
trying not to agree. So
what is the process for you to do that? Because you have to now delegate because you are the head of the company. Cheryl's Cookies, she's not baking these things on her trays and hoping it all works out, right? So,
well, you talked about this roofing company, right? They have this passion and they're just going and they have no direction, really. No.
Sorry, boys. I didn't mean you have no direction.
Well,
you're running really fast.
They're running fast, which is great. I mean, you've got to run fast.
They're enthusiastic.
But you have to, the things that we talked about in the past, you have your passion, your mission, you have to have a vision. Where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years? What do you want to accomplish? List out your goals. From there, which we'll get into this, you have your to-do list. I would talk the talk and was not very good at walking the walk.
You like the to-do list, but you never get the to-did list done?
Oh, I got the did list done, but applying action to what I had actually written down would be something else. When you wear so many hats and you don't delegate, you're pulled all over the place.
Well, because you run more than one business also.
Right.
So now that we have to talk about that specifically, but you
asked about production. I'm sorry, I got off.
That's okay.
Topic.
This is what we tend to do. I'm going to bring you back here. I want you to talk about. You tell me, because when you got back, you were in a little bit of a panic. Now we got to pick up production. Where do we go?
Right. I mean, because before, production was me, myself, and I, and anyone I could beg, borrow, and steal and bribe with food or drinks, or I had my grandma help me.
And let's discuss that part. I mean, that was you were taking care of her, and at the same time, hey, I got a fun little hobby. What did you say? It was her.
It was her therapy, though.
Therapy.
She had to work on her fine motor skills, and she's a little stubborn. I don't know where I would.
I have no idea where in that family that comes from.
She was a little stubborn, and she just, I don't want to do it. You know, they would give her certain exercises that, as a kindergarten teacher, you know, she would give her kindergartners, and she was like, I'm not doing it. So, like me, if I asked for help, if she could reach out and help and be of assistance to anybody, she was always the first one there. So I said, hey, I've got something you could help me with. Yeah. You know,
you were like Ben Stiller in Happy Gilmore. You were just running like a center with senior citizens making your product.
Underpaid, yes.
So now it's not one of those things that you can do just on the side. I got 15, 20 minutes, because this is out there in the public.
Right. And I have a lot of people when, you know, they're sending me messages, I'm word of mouth. When can I buy them? When can I have this? And that's a worry, you know, the whole production and then supply and demand. So.
But who do you delegate that to?
Good question. You know, that's something I have to figure out. Who do I delegate that to? I mean, I have a hard time reaching out and asking for help when I need it. You're shaking your head at me like you.
But again, this goes back to what we're saying constantly, is when it's your baby, when it's your passion, it is hard to find someone like-minded about your product or whatever you're doing. What I would say to people that are listening, or that go to the Bag of Life or submit questions to us, is it's okay to feel that way, but you cannot get any farther by yourself. So what we've done to help with that is our clients that we have are all kind of like a hodgepodge family of people that do different tasks. We all help each other out,
right?
What I would suggest for an entrepreneur is find those people. Not so much that they create your product for you, they do your books, whatever it may be, but there's no reason not to use the resources that are around you. I mean, for instance, something that took place like 6 months ago. Should we talk about Nick Saint? Can we put Nick Saint on the air since I just said his name? One Love Lawn. You're welcome, Nick. Nick promotes
paying it forward.
Everything that we do.
He's great.
Which gets us more attention on Facebook, social media, and it's great. But in return, we're promoting him. No one's paying anyone to do anything at this point. However, now he's renting space from you for his company, right? So in turn, it has turned into some revenue or a trade or however it works. But everybody's pushing this all forward.
Working together. Use your resources.
But those resources can be, there are things that I don't need landscaping I don't need patios and pavers and all that stuff. But I know people that put in pools.
You need a bag.
Everyone needs a bag.
Mia does.
Everyone needs a bag. But what I'm saying is to connect other people, to create your own network of business people. That's where the real strength comes in, because they might know someone that is looking for side work. They'll do it for $10 an hour or whatever, and they'll come to you. They might take the stuff home and do it. Whatever your product is, there's always somebody out there looking for extra work or just networking. To be involved. But if you can get the right person involved, even on a small level, that might be somebody that you can grow with. Right. If not, you get to experience what it's like to have an employee that you want to get rid of, and you kind of weed them out before you start hiring a staff of people, and you're like, there's not enough business to come in to support this.
Well, I also have to say, which I've learned, you say use your resources. That can also be your friends and your family.
Well, that's where you should start.
You should start there. They want to see you succeed. They want to help. So, for me, production, let's have a production party. I'll provide food, beverages. Let's put the bags together, and, it's good bonding time. When you're running businesses and you're busy, you don't get to enjoy the time with your friends, so you can do both.
But I think if somebody, the people that we are really talking to are the ones that I would rather find the people that are struggling. If you've got something out there, I would encourage you, submit your questions. We want to talk to you specifically to your needs.
Right.
But if you're on the fence about starting, the more you wait to start anything, the more likely you won't do it, because you're going to get married, you're going to have kids, you're going to have to take care of your parents as they get older. Don't wait to start at 40 years old, because the timeline of, turning a business from nothing into profitability could be 24, 36, and on in terms of months.
Just start. I mean,
Right.
you have to just start.
And
And
you don't have to go all in right off the bat. You don't have to, I'm going to quit my job and burn down the building I used to work in.
Well,
I mean, you can, and I would have loved to do that, but I didn't have matches. But what I would say is I would look at people and say, if you're on the fence, if this keeps you up at night, that you're not doing this, you got to do it.
but there are people out there. That's why we're doing this show, because
Right.
we want to help those people. We have a
this
network
actually does
already put
nothing
together.
for us. This
doesn't.
actually takes time out of our week that we need to do other things. But our passion is for entrepreneurs and people that want to start something. And I want to see everybody start doing something.
I heard something.
Here we go. Here we go. She jumped at me on the microphone.
I heard something
Yes.
on the radio driving here, actually. They said that Forbes put out an article and said that Ohio is the top place to start a business for entrepreneurs right now.
So if someone's listening
Ohio
in Indiana,
is
ignore this.
Right. No.
Oh, you
Move
too.
to Ohio.
You too can move to Ohio.
But yeah, they said Ohio was the #1 top spot for small businesses and entrepreneurs to start their ventures.
It's a great time to do it. It's a great state to do it in. There are so many people that are in your same boat. Build your network with them. Hold on a second, because we're up against a break, but I want to talk about that networking thing. You're listening to the 101. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Marty Reed, and I'm the owner of Frog Hauling. We are Columbus's only green residential mini dumpster service. If you want to clean your garage, you want to clean your basement, or maybe clean your yard, give Frog Hauling a call, 258-3764. At Frog Haul, we also service contractors, and if only the best product will do for your customer, give Frog Hauling a call. Visit us at froghauling.com or call us at 614-258-3764.
I'm Dr. Buzz, DC, with Buckeye Physical Medicine and Rehab, Columbus's largest hormone replacement center. For the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can completely reverse the effects of aging and the aches and pains of low T. Thousands of patients that suffer from low T have come to us to rejuvenate their youth. Buckeye Physical Medicine patients have enhanced their energy levels, rid themselves of inflammation, and feel years younger. Call Buckeye Physical Medicine and Rehab at 614-721-5698. That's 614-721-LOW-T. Or visit BuckeyePMR.com today.
As a mom, I'm always looking for quick and easy solutions to those everyday problems. Like how do I get my kids to stop fighting? The ever popular sound of I'm bored. And then there's keeping them occupied in the car.
Introducing the Bag O Life, pre-made solutions for life's moments. There's the get-along bag, the boredom bag, the travel bag, and more. These bags bring everyone together and inspire fun. To learn more or to order, go to life.com. A bag for life's moments, a memory maker.
And we're back. I've always wanted to do that.
You've actually done that twice today.
No, but
cross it off your
I
bucket
wasn't
list.
as dramatic. I'll get it
I
better
get
next
it.
time.
You wanted to do it
and we're back.
And shallow.
Right.
So I cut us off before we could get to this, but I wanted to give a small real-time example of how an example of networking and how we do it. So do you want me to explain it, or do you want to explain it? How we do our social media thing?
You go ahead. You explain, and then I will jump in and cut you off when I feel fit.
That's perfect. That's how every conversation goes. So here's an example of how we do things. So we have 7 different radio shows that we do. They're not all about this topic. If you want to learn about law, we have that. If you want to learn about pruning trees, we have that. But this is specifically for entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So what we started doing before we did the shows is we do little videos, like we're in the hallway at a radio station and we'll take a video of, hey, this is where we're at. This is what we're about to do. We do that initial video, and then we do the show. Okay. So past the show, after that, we talk about a recap of what we discussed. Okay. So now we've done 2 different pieces. We take a picture that we're in the studio so people can see we're not making this up and we're not in my house. But other things that we do is we're documenting everywhere we go. And when we do that, we're sharing that on Instagram. We're sharing it on Facebook at the same time.
People love that stuff. It's what they want to see. I get sucked into seeing it.
Well, it's, I will say this, being in this business for 20 years, I thought, who cares about this? You'd be amazed at how many people care about this because it's different. I'm not saying that someone has to do something at a radio station or TV station to do anything. Perfect example, One Love Lawn. You're welcome, Nick. This is like the third time I'm talking about you. That guy is out there on Facebook Live constantly showing you stuff he's doing in someone's yard or why to put certain mulch down, that kind of thing.
I didn't know to put coffee over my rose bushes in the winter.
I didn't know half the things that he's saying.
Right. I didn't either.
But
They're interesting.
What I find interesting about it is if you watch these things, he's giving away secrets to you of what he does and why he does it. People are going to come to him because they know he has a knowledge. It's not just I'm shopping by price. Now I'm coming to you because of your knowledge base. Mm-hmm. But when he's doing that, he's missing a step. And the step would be to get other people to share it for you. Right. So we started doing that. But in turn, he started sharing our stuff. Whatever you're doing, social media can be the biggest business platform for you, and it costs nothing. Don't buy Facebook clicks and Facebook ads and all that. Find 5 or 6 people that will share your content at the same time. So it's not just you. You can promote it on your business page, also promote it on your personal page.
And they're sharing your stuff with their friends.
Right.
And you.
So you don't have, once you put it out on a business page, that's kind of where it stops and it says, hey, you could boost this post for $5 and reach 1,500 more people.
That never worked.
It doesn't work because it's like buying a radio or TV schedule. It's only for a certain fixed amount of time. The other thing is Facebook Live. We're not doing this show, Facebook Live, but we do almost all the other ones on there. It stays on there. I mean, it stays on there for weeks.
Right. I like that.
So people are able to tune back in. I'm not saying you have to do a radio show to do this. I'm saying if you're working on a project, buy a... Rachel, what was the cost of the tripod? $40? $20, Rachel says, for a tripod. Set that thing up and record what you're discussing with somebody. If you've got a client in the room, they're sitting at a table. Just ask them, can I turn this thing on? It adds credibility for both of you.
Document it. We documented the brainstorming thing that we did.
It looks like the JFK film because the sound is not that great and it's a little grainy. However, it still exists. So the brainstorming happened way before the launch, but that gave us all the information we needed about the product, what the price point would be, so many different factors in this thing, and we've got it documented. So 3 years down the road, somebody can watch and say, this is where it all started in a conference room. What actually started in your mind, started in your house.
Started in my mind.
Right, and then grew. But again, the more you can document what you do daily, you have to put yourself out there, though. You are the brand. If it's your company, I don't care if it has your name on it, but you've got to let people know what you do and why you do it.
Right.
So those are just some of the things, but build your network there. And a lot of it is, like you said before, it's your friends, it's your family. All you want them to do is go in and like your page. Follow you on Instagram.
Ask for a favor. That's all you have to do.
I don't even think it's that.
Could you do me a favor?
I don't even ask that. You can. I think that's a little passive aggressive because if they're like, oh, I totally will do it and they don't like your page, then you're not going to be friends anymore. But what I would say is I would just ask people, look, this is what we're trying to do. I just want to show you what we do. They don't have to pay attention to all of it, but it's going to show up. It doesn't hurt them to see what you're doing. That's how you can build this.
Yeah.
But that's just some of the networking stuff. And what I think we should do
There's a lot more. We can touch on that.
We should do a whole show just based on how to build that networking.
Let's do that.
For now, we're going to have to sign off because we've run out of time. But
man, we talk.
Well, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
That's true.
We didn't have to talk about
Did you miss me?
Oh, indubitably so. I can't wait to do more of these. For now, we're going to sign off for this week, but you've been listening to the 101.
You've been listening to a Morris Media production.